asks where these songs come from. When you watch their faces, they're not asking where the songs come from.
If invasion is undertaken, the Russians have said that.
They're asking why songs didn't come to them.
Bob Dylan was a name, you're supposed to like, or you're supposed to revere. But I really knew nothing about the guy other than that he's an American icon. You just need that certain hook, and once you're in it, there's no coming back.
I don't even need to say his name, do I?
There's a reason why Bob Dylan's lyrics have withstood decades of change, culturally, politically, because he chose to speak about what was going on at the time.
What attracted me to this movie from the beginning was this question of genius, how it taints and changes your relationships with everyone you love or hate or meet.
It's Bob Dylan, right there.
We're following Bob on his journey to becoming Bob Dylan.
I'm not really interested in cradle-to-grave stories. All this happens in the space of just the years between 61 and 65. This young man arriving into this big town with nothing in his pockets and a guitar on his back. That's what I loved about this period in Dylan's life and in folk history. Timmy is one of the most interesting people to watch because there's something about him that the internal life is visible to the lens.
I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. Many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my night, in the brightness of my day.
Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Is there anyone better?
Want a peanut? I used to live on these things when I worked at the carnival.
You worked at the carnival?
The preparation didn't feel like preparation. This was like a years-long process of osmosis that I'm terrified to even say goodbye to now.
Please see for me if her hair hangs long. For that's the way I remember her best.
He's not only singing the music, but he is playing the guitar, he's playing the harmonica. He's studied Bob as a character, as a person, and he's really created this Bob Dylan that we've never seen on screen before.
Woody wants to hear something.
Timothée exhibited to me dedication and commitment to immersion. It was terrific.
I'm out here 1,000 miles from my home. I'm walking the road other men have gone down.
When someone's in that zone, it radiates outward. He engendered a quality of work all around him.
I'm singing you this song, but I can't sing enough. 'Cause there's not many men that done the things that you've done.
1, 2, 3.
The way he incorporated and encapsulated this, the way he could improvise on the guitar and add a little line here and take a little line there.
Well, don't look at me like that, man. I got no idea how to end that.
You can see how hard he's worked and how much he cares about getting this right. It's not just an impersonation. He has a real interpretation of his own version of Bob.
You used to laugh about.
You gotta make the thing live, and I'm proud that we took that leap, I think this is like a faithful celebration of Bob Dylan.
Anyone's gonna hold your attention on the stage, you have to kind of be a freak.
Not everyone.
Anyone's good.
One of the things that's most important to me in all my movies are the performances. I mean, whether we're talking about Pete Seeger or Joan Baez, I didn't want anyone feeling like they had to do some kind of a impression.
I offered to play a song for the judge up there, but he didn't want to hear it. But I feel like singing.
Pete Seeger, being at that time de facto mayor of the world of folk music, ends up kind of taking this kid in.
A month or so ago, Woody and I met a young man. He sang us a song. Well, it fairly struck us to the ground.
Pete Seeger is sort of a mentor, father figure, and then equally someone who maybe feels like the torch is passing them by.
Did you ever listen to the music you're telling me not to play?
I can see the direction you're going in. I could see it on the last record.
Edward's a movie director himself. He's a really good writer, a brilliant thinker. He couldn't have been a more ideal actor to play this role.
Now, those of you who can't sing that low, we're gonna make you sopranos.
To illuminate what was powerful about that time and admirable about the integrity of those people, it kind of seemed worthy to me.
In many ways, the role of Sylvie in the movie is kind of the one normal person in this world of eccentrics.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to Newport. You want to come?
What? Sylvie Russo is based on Seuss Rotolo. I was really drawn towards Sylvie and Bob's relationship and what a significant special figure she was to him during that period of time. She was on the Free Willin' album cover with Bob, but Bob himself felt like she'd never want to be in the public eye, so he wanted her name to be different, which is actually so touching and moving to me.
You know, folk songs are supposed to stand the test of time. They say no one wants to hear what a kid wrote last month.
Someone at some point had to give the songs a chance.
She sees Bob in a way not many can, sees through him.
Bob and Sylvie have that sort of intimacy that first couples, first loves can have, where they feel like they've known each other a long time.
God made the world in 6 days.
Are you God, Bob?
How many times do I have to say this? Yes.
I always love working with Elle. It's someone I've known a long time.
Timmy and Elle have a trust and a comfort that I think really comes through in the film.
She loved him before he was Bob Dylan, and that's why it's so beautiful. But then she's watching Joan and Bob perform together on stage and just sees how undeniable their chemistry is.
How about saying hello to the man who wrote that one?
Joan, in the context of the movie, and I think in real life, was such an equal to Bob.
Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head, pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
She was so outspoken about so much. To find him putting new words to things that she believed in was just monumental to her.
I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need.
But then there's also this other side of their relationship, which is that Joan is a professional. Bob is kind of a wild card. You never know who's showing up.
No, I'm not gonna be, no, man, it's not a request type concert. Pick someone else, Joan.
Monica was extraordinary. When we got on set, she had totally personified Joan Baez.
Someone to open each and every door, but it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't.
I didn't play guitar, and I'd sing in the shower. That was pretty much where I started this.
And she worked so hard over a year or two and just was relentless, both on guitar, in voice.
And I remember just listening to her and just, she's singing that? Is that Joan or is that her? It's her. Wow.
I'll only let you down.
Bobby Dylan, come here, you.
Johnny is a powerful Southern figure, enormous in size, large in stage presence.
Mr. Johnny Cash.
He's a star long before Bob becomes one, but is also a singer-songwriter, and in a way faces similar demons to Bob and feels the pressure to have to keep creating. And I was fascinated by that relationship.
Dear Bob, track mud on somebody's carpet.
Such different personalities.
I just felt Boyd would have fun with this.
Want a bugle?
The thing I love about Johnny Cash is he pokes the bear in the right way.
Ooh. Boyd somehow made it his own.
I'm not sure they want to hear, but I want to play, Johnny.
I want to hear it.
The whole piece is just a celebration of these people's lives and music and the time.
To get to portray these people, to have all this research, have all this work that we'd put in and studied so hard, and then to just let it go and let the moment take over was magical.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.